What if I told you I had the secret to building a high-performing team? And it isn't about hitting targets, but it is about really knowing your people. And today, I'm going to break down a 4-step one-on-one system that transforms how you connect with your team, pushes them forward, and enables you to unlock their full potential. Over the years, I've worked with countless leaders, helping them build these high-performing teams. And one of the biggest things I've discovered is having a solid one-to-one system is a game changer. Very quickly before we get into the system, I need to talk to you about what not to do. First, we assume everyone's priorities are the same things as us. Maybe we're driven by promotions and pay rises, but for your team member, they might value more having flexible hours or spending time with their children. Second, bottling everything up for annual appraisals. If we wait a whole year to give feedback or recognize someone's work, it is way too late to have any real impact. And thirdly is the classic, my door is always open. Trust me, your team doesn't want to bother you. If you are not proactively creating space, asking the right questions, they will keep things to themselves, and that is a massive missed opportunity for growth. All right, let's talk about solutions. This is my 4-step system for running one-on-ones that actually work year-round. It is simple, effective, and helps you truly understand your team. So for a second, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Every year, we're going to do a salary review. Now, that's assuming your company has got more than about 100 members of staff. If you are smaller, because the company is changing and growing more often, you might want to bring the salary reviews closer together and do 6 months. But in general, a salary review every year is okay. Every 90 days, we want an in-depth one-on-one, and I'm going to give you a full agenda for getting the best out of your team in this. Then every 2 weeks, we have quick 30-minute check-ins, and every single day we need a commitment to consistent praise and tough conversations. Now let's break every single one of these down. But before I move on, if you want to download my full PDF for the Know Your Team playbook, it's completely free. Just go to the description and you can get it. Let's talk annual salary review. The goal of an annual salary review isn't just to change their pay, it's to have a space where your team member can really reflect on their wins and make a case for their growth. Send an agenda 48 hours in advance so they can prepare. And during the meeting, you want to discuss achievements, challenges, and talk about their career trajectory. Here's the kicker, you need to be ready to make the salary decision in that meeting. Don't leave them waiting, be decisive and transparent. If you need information on salary growth, go and talk to your seniors and find it out. What we don't want to do here is overpromise, but likewise, we also don't want to say no if there is a potential we can find them what they're looking for. Let's talk the 90-day in-depth one-on-one. Now for me, this is one of the most important one-on-ones that we've got. Every 90 days, you need to sit down with each of your team member for a deep dive. This isn't about quick updates, it's about alignment, core values, reflection. Questions we ask there need to be pre-prepared and they need to challenge both of you. I have a full agenda you can download for this. Again, just go to the description and you can get it. So we're gonna ask questions like, what's your biggest win been, or what's holding you back right now? But we also wanna make sure we tap into feedback from them on our management and the culture at the company. Both of you need to come prepared with answers, and the focus should be on creating this shared understanding of where they're excelling and where they need support. Your bi-weekly check-ins. Now these are really simple, just 30 minutes blocked in the calendar every 2 weeks. No agenda needed, but this is their space to bring up wins, worries, or ideas. But here is the main rule. You as a leader can never cancel these. Even if you think there isn't anything to talk about, there always is. Your team member can reschedule if they need to, but you need to send the message that this time is sacred and you take it really seriously for them. What I found is that after a few months, team members actually start saving their questions and updates to bring to you in these sessions. So throughout the weeks, they will ask you less questions, you'll get fewer interruptions, and it just improves communication overall. It's also a really great way to build independence, because when they have those questions and they think, oh, I'll wait until that check-in, but they need an answer sooner, they quite often then go and solve the problem themselves before the check-in even happens. Daily praise and tough conversations. Now this is the foundation of the whole system. If you don't do this one, there is no point in stacking everything else on top. You need to show up every day as your full, honest self. I want to talk to you here about a concept built by Kim Scott called Radical Candor. It combines 2 things: caring personally and challenging directly. It means giving feedback that is clear and kind even when it is tough to hear. For example, if someone is constantly missing deadlines, we have to say something like, I have noticed this becoming a pattern and it's affecting the team. Let's figure out what's going on and how you can fix it. And don't forget the positive feedback too. If someone handles a tough client really well, take a moment to say, you nailed that, great work. Praise is just as important as critique for building a culture of trust and growth. And here's the last thing I want you to remember. It is not your job to solve all your team's personal priorities. If someone wants more time with their family, you are not arranging their school runs for them, but it is your job to create a workplace where people feel supported, fulfilled, motivated, and can ask for what they need. And you can then help support them creating those structures to make sure they get what they need personally. When you know your team's goals and help them build boundaries, they will stay engaged and aligned with the business objectives too. So to sum it all up, a successful one-on-one system isn't about annual appraisals or saying my door is always open. It's about creating a consistent space for communication, growth, and trust, and showing your team that you are there for them when they need you. Start with just one change. Schedule those 90-day check-ins now. Use the agenda in the description and see how it transforms your team. Or if you found this helpful, you can also download the full Know Your Team playbook. The link for that is in the description too. And we upload videos like this one, making you a better manager every single week, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss them.